Hello, welcome to episode 3 in the book walk series. So me and Charlie have got up early this morning. We've driven to Princetown and now we are just walking out of Princetown heading towards a point called Nuns Cross. I think there's a couple of tours that we can have a look at on the way as well. So yeah, this should be a good walk. It's a pretty short one, only about 12 kilometres I think. But yeah, it should be nice. Hopefully the weather will clear up a bit because it's a little bit misty at the moment. And I don't know if you can see it, but behind me is the radio tower. I can just about see it. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up. And there's Charlie. And that's the gate. So we better unlock this, get through it, and crack on with the walk. What do you reckon, Charlie? Charlie's been very sniffy today. So she keeps stopping to sniff everything. So this walk, which should take about 3 hours, may end up taking about 15. And that right there ahead is our first tour of the day. That is South Hessery tour. So that's another one to tick off the list. Dartmoor is looking rather spooky this morning, isn't it? All that mist. It's definitely autumn. It's definitely October. All we're missing is some pumpkins and a couple of ghosts. And we got ourselves a bit of a Halloween party here. Right, there's about 6 horses up ahead, and they are right on the path. So this could get a bit interesting. Although Charlie doesn't usually mess about with horses because she does know that they're bigger than her. Good morning, Mr. Horse. How are you? Is that a horse or a pony? I don't know. Alright, we've made it past the horses. Minimal fuss, thankfully. And here we have it, South Hessery tour. As long as we avoid getting wet feet at this point of the day, then it's all good. Get up this way. Ugh. I'm going up here, Charlie. Whoa, that's strangely athletic for you. Yeah, all very spooky up here. I'd imagine it will clear up as the morning goes on. Yeah, that is South Hessery tour. Tour number 1 of the day. I think we should be knocking off a fair few of these today. Stop eating poo. Stop it! Stop eating poo! So Charlie seems to think that sheep's poo is some sort of local delicacy around here. So thanks to all those sheep, she's just had a breakfast buffet. As always, when she does something absolutely disgusting, she looks about as pleased with herself as she can possibly look. Look at that. I don't know if this is coming out on camera at all, but that is some pretty sick views. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough with directions or tours to be able to tell you where that is over there. But I think we are heading over in that direction in a bit, so we can have a look when we get there. Here's some sort of mound. Could be like a Bronze Age burial thing. Could just be a mound of dirt. Don't know. If you're after a channel run by a Dartmoor historian, this is probably not it. This is a channel run by a fat man and his dog that eats poo. Good morning, Mr. Cow. How are we? There's something funny about cows. They're just so rectangular, aren't they? So there we have it. That is Nuns Cross. So that's our landmark to turn off into the moors. That's the cow's backside, and that's Charly. And those are some sheep, and that's the way that we're heading. So we are now off the lovely path out onto the moorland. Thankfully, it's not been too wet recently. That's the fireplace, but having your fireplace directly under a tree, is that smart? Don't know. Okay, so I forgot to switch my mic on for this part of the walk, annoyingly, but it does now give me the opportunity to actually give you some history and some facts about the Devonport leat. So despite what you heard me say a few minutes ago, you are getting a bit more information now. So this is the Devonport leat. It was built in the 1790s to carry water down from the moors all the way to the Devonport dockyard in Plymouth. Originally, it was 27 miles long, but it now stops at the Burrator Reservoir. We're going to follow it for a bit and follow it as it heads down the Raddock Falls before we turn off and then head up towards Black Tor. Been a pretty nice walk so far. We had that nice path to start with at the beginning, and now we are a bit more off-piste, but there is still a path to follow. But yeah, this is technically the fourth book walk that I've done. The first one I've not actually made the video for yet, just because it's not a great video. A lot of the first video that I made was woodland walking, and as it turns out, it wasn't very interesting. Bored me making it, so I don't know what I would do if I put it out, but at some point I will need to, or I go back and redo it and make a better video. Not that my other videos are any good, but still new to this, still learning. At least I've got a mic now, so I can record live audio rather than voiceovers. I think it's time for a coffee, don't you, Charlie? Be careful with that. The horse has just stood there. I don't know if it's broken or something. One of them.
3, 2, 1.
Oh no, Charlie! Look at Look at that, Charlie. Oh. Right, I need to get her in that water, really. Jeez, you nearly pulled me in, Charlie. Oh. They're trying to wash you. Charlie's still covered in poo, by the way. They'll get the rest of it off in a minute. But this is a bit sketchy going here, especially when you've got a very pulley dog attached to you. Yeah, this stream's so cool. This is like one of these really cool features that I wasn't expecting to see on the walk. It's not obvious that this is something that would be here when looking on maps or on GPS. But yeah, I love this. Some amazing scenery. So we're just making our way down from Black Tor now. So bye bye Black Tor. Very nice tour, definitely comparable to the other one. And I think we're going down to the bottom of here, crossing over the river at the bottom somehow, and then heading up there. Not too sure where that is, but I'll check on the map and I will let you know when we get there. Here we are, Heart Tour. Definitely considerably better than the other one. So yeah, this one definitely takes the win. Doesn't it, Charlie? Hey. So I've just checked the map and we're following this path down, and then we're going to go down and then we head back across towards Princetown. So should we get going, Charlie? Come on. Go. Let's find a way down. Go this way. This way. Down. This way. There we go. Well, we're almost at the end of the walk now, so this seems like a good time to wrap things up and sign off. This was my favourite walk from the book so far. We bagged a few tours and followed the Devonport leat for a good chunk of the walk, which is a really unique and interesting feature on Dartmoor. Navigation was easy for this one. I would definitely recommend this walk if you fancy visiting the Princetown area. I know Charlie also enjoyed herself today, and she certainly kept me on my toes, as I'm sure you saw. So hopefully the weather will improve over the next few weeks so I can get back to some more regular uploads and some camping. But for now, please like, comment and subscribe, and me and Charlie will be back soon with some more adventures. Bye!